I came to Canada on my own when I was 17 to pursue better opportunities. Here's what I've learned. I started off in Ottawa, where my high school was, and I finished grade 12 there. And there I met a lot of Canadians in a small town because I was living in the suburbs in Canada. I remember that they didn't really have an international outlook, which is fair because not everyone gets a chance to see the world yet at that age. But I remember that there were a few students that were really not happy because they have some sort of identity crisis about themselves, as in, like, oh, like, I don't really have a culture. But to me, at that time, I thought it was really strange because I come from a third world country and everything that Canada has is way more and way more comfortable. And that was the first time when I learned that being comfortable and having a lot of money might not really motivate you and make you think the right way, and you might not be happier if you are living in a wealthier country. Then I went to school in University of Waterloo where I got to meet a lot of Asians, and everyone around me was either an international student or like a really ambitious Canadian student. This was completely different to me, but I really feel like I fit in because they were very similar to me. They were very focused on school, getting a good job at the end of the day. And Waterloo was great. It opened my eyes to opportunities that I never knew existed before, because coming from Vietnam, I didn't know what Silicon Valley was. I didn't know what software engineering was. I didn't know what a data scientist was. All I knew was a typical path of medicine because my parents were in that. So lots of things happened in Waterloo. I took the most out of Waterloo by doing a lot of extracurriculars as well as school and competitions, and it led me to a good kickoff of my career. And Waterloo brand name is actually really good as I get a lot, like, go further into my career. So then the pandemic hits after I started my job in Toronto, and living in Toronto was great. It's a way more diverse city, and people there are really hustlers. And people cared a lot about money. There's a lot of finance people there, and everyone was really trying hard. But because everything is so expensive, even the top tier people are not living like the most luxurious life because things are just really, really expensive there. So it was very uncomfortable. And then the pandemic hit, so I moved over to New Brunswick, where my uncle lives, because everyone was going home. So I thought, you know what, let's visit home as well. And it was too quiet. And I realized what poor Canadians was. There were very few opportunities there for work, and most people get trapped in the rat race of not being able to find a job. So a lot of engineers end up with blue collar jobs. Then I went to Vancouver, and you can see the video I explained about Vancouver and why I left.